All right, my friends, it is Friday, April 10th, 2026, and we are wrapping up a very strong week. The key word this week, I would say, is scorecard. Scorecard is one of the tools that we use inside of EOS, which we run on as a company, and the scorecard tells us if we won the week or not. We implemented EOS on February 1st of this year, and up until from February 1st to now, we haven't had a really strong week on the scorecard because we've been really playing a lot of like whack-a-mole / firefighting in a good way, where it's like new big client comes on or team members are coming on or lots of flyouts to do, and we haven't done the best job on a week-to-week basis, just like hitting our KPIs as a team. And this week we are knocking it out of the park, which I'm super excited about. I've been now back in the office for almost 2 weeks. Tomorrow, I believe, will be 2 weeks back in, I would call it the office, just my apartment, with no flyouts and 2 new key team members. So definitely crushed the week when it comes to the scorecard. The other tool that we use inside of EOS is Rocks. So we have scorecard on one side, which is like, are we winning the week? And then Rocks on the other end, which is like, are we winning the quarter? Are we actually moving the ball forward with the company? And got closer to another rock, hit another milestone, as we would call it in EOS, a milestone on the way to the rock. And that was, I brought on my EA today, which I think is really cool. And I'm honestly really excited about it. I was a little bit nervous about the process because everyone's been telling me for a while that I need an EA to, like manage my inbox, manage my calendar, help with the travel, etc. And I never felt like it was the right time. Like, I felt like I could still handle it. And then when I was in Hawaii, I was getting bombarded with messages, and I wanted to book in a call with my friend JP, who runs the EA placement agency. And his EA fucking replied to my message and like booked us in on a calendar. He's like, sorry, JP's on a trip seeing his girlfriend. I was like, that's incredible. Like, I'm now on his calendar as a sales call, as a warm lead, and JP has no idea. And he'll probably get a report on me right beforehand. So then I was pretty much sold on it, but I was still kind of nervous. Like, am I jumping the gun? Am I bringing on too many people at once? Because we just brought on a script writer. We just brought on another editor. We just brought on our post-production manager. We're bringing on an analyst as well. I'm like, am I going people happy right now? And am I not giving people enough direction to be able to win? Like, is this going to crash and burn? We're obviously increasing our overhead each month by doing this. And so far it's been paying off because I've been able to be here in the office and monitor things, give everybody the guidance that they need. I think, knock on wood, we've made some really good choices when it comes to hiring recently, of just like people who have the right mindset. Who it's like, hey, let's jump on a couple one-on-ones, let's work through this, I'll give you the tools that you need in order to succeed, and then like, you go run with it. I don't want to be a micromanager. So super happy about the EA situation. The guy seems like a total stud. And I'm like genuinely excited to get to work and to like delegate stuff to him. And I think that was going to be a big portion for me. It's like, am I excited about doing this and engaging in this together? And in that case, I really am. So this could be a pretty pivotal day in my career, bringing on my first EA, and actually sent him a project tonight. He's not supposed to start for 2 weeks. He put in his 2 weeks at the law firm that he works at. And I was like, yo, I got a crazy travel plan coming up in 9 days. Like, can you help me plan like restaurants and venues and gifts for people that I'm going to see, because we've got some crazy logistics coming up in Sarasota. So basically I'm flying from Phoenix to Sarasota on Friday the 17th, going to dinner with the client that we're seeing in Sarasota at night on the 17th. On the 18th, going to be filming all day with that client, probably get around like 75, 80 videos done from 9 to 5. And then meet up with one of my friends who lives in Tampa, that's kind of close to Sarasota. Meet up with him for dinner Saturday night. Sunday, film with the same client, wrap up all the videos, should be done by noon or 1. And then Uber over to southeast Florida, like Boca Raton, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, for 3 separate dinners. Gonna go to 3 dinners in a row once I get over there, and then fly out of Miami back to Phoenix at 10 p.m. On that Sunday, which is honestly like, I love stuff like that because I can be here at the office, locked in, very focused, getting everything done, moving the rocks forward, moving the critical tasks forward, which is another thing we'll touch on, and then also winning the scorecard. And then like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're just going to be crazy days, but it's not really taking anything away from the week other than a little bit of sleep on Sunday night. But as long as we recharge well this weekend, get 1 or 2 nights of recharge once I get back, we'll be good. But I really feel like we're spitting up the week and chewing up the week and spitting it out, rather. So very excited. That being said, the critical tasks are getting even more critical. This weekend, we're basically running a test where I'm fleshing out everything fully. I probably like 70% of the way done. I'm getting it to be click by click on Sunday. And then what I'll do is when we onboard our next client on Monday, I'm going to onboard the client by only following this process. And then I will also be sending in all of that data to an automation specialist to see which stuff can get automated right away. And then she's going to be helping us automate a lot of our process. So that's been part of the systematization framework the ACQ gave us. Basically, like, you document the process, build a system around it, like document, delegate, build a system around it, so that like it's by each click of a button, you know what's going on, and then afterwards you can automate it. So my goal is to get to the point where we can automate it on Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be all finalizing scripts for Amber, our client in Sarasota. So excited to have those done so she can have them on her desk a week before we film, so she can review all of them. And then Sunday is going to be a big systems day. So I'm going to do what I can to get to sleep at a good time. Right now it's 9:28 here, Friday night. It's crazy. I'm like, this is a late Friday night. It's 9:30 and I'm not in bed yet. I did go on a 3-mile run today. My shin is fucking killing me right now. Like, it's not even my knee is the problem. I go on a run, my shin's killing me. So I got to figure out what's good with the workout. This has honestly been pretty discouraging. I'm just like not putting up workouts, and I'm noticing I'm getting like, I can see like a little bit of fat on my side, which isn't good. So I got to get in the gym or figure out the shin or something. It's like business is going excellent, and then fitness starts to tank or whatever. It's interesting. But that being said, the thing that I took away from today and that I got reminded of while I was on the run was the concept of inertia. So we learned this in high school physics and talk about inertia, where it's like once something gets going, it's easy to keep that thing going and hard to get it to stop. But once something stops, it takes a lot of effort to get it to move, especially the bigger the thing. So a month and a half ago, I was running 18:10 5K in the middle of like a 10-15 mile workout. Like, they're on Strava. And I go out today for 3 miles. I get like a 7:50 after trying. I'm like gassed and my shin's hurting. I'm like, it's been a month and a half. It's not like I took like a year off. But the concept of inertia is really big. And the other way I've been thinking through inertia is with my own personal brand on Instagram has been very much sedentary. And yesterday I was doing some work to get it back up and running. And it's like, it's taken a lot of mental RAM to even just like rip the Band-Aid off and get the first couple posts out. It's like, well, what do you post? What's the brand? There's so many questions. What do I change my profile picture to? What do the highlights look like? What are the pin posts? There's so many questions. And we have like 132,000 followers on there. So it's like, it's not like no one's seeing it. You can just YOLO it. I mean, you could, but I'm just fighting against inertia on that front and trying to keep the inertia on the business front. So we got 2 more hires to make. 1 analyst, we sent that job offer out today. And then 1 more editor who we're getting put in touch with a couple of them this weekend. So really excited about that. The ball is moving, inertia is flowing in the business, and we're gonna keep that momentum going tomorrow through the weekend. So I'll see you there.